With elaborate marketing stunts, promotions from social media celebrities, and memes,
What do you give out of 10? 0.
Logan Paul and KSI have catapulted Prime past the competition and destroyed Gatorade along the way. Let's rewind it to 2013, when Logan Paul first exploded onto the scene. Videos showing off his unique humor and unstoppable energy went viral in the blink of an eye, conquering the Vine platform first. He captivated millions, amassing a huge fan base and skyrocketing his fame along the way. But he didn't stop there. Logan soon transitioned to YouTube, where he found an even larger audience with his adventurous vlogs. Logan's content evolved from just vlogs to include comedy sketches and high-energy challenges, showcasing his versatility and creative flair. He became known for his larger-than-life personality and willingness to push boundaries. As it turns out, this was an essential step towards the genius marketing campaigns of Prime later on. He's also had a brief career with Disney as he appeared in the Disney Channel series Bizaardvark. He played the role of Dirk Mann, the star of a fictional TV show called Dare Me Bro, where he'd perform dares sent in by viewers. This didn't last long though, as he was dropped from the series in 2018 following controversy surrounding one of his YouTube videos. His incident in Japan, which actually happened in 2017, drew worldwide criticism. In the video, Logan Paul and his friends encountered the body of a person who had recently committed suicide. Sadly, Logan thought it was a good idea to make a joke out of this situation, which was probably the result of his need for over-the-top videos. Nevertheless, this caused a huge breaking point in his career. It wasn't a new over-the-top video that solved Logan's image though. He tried a lot of things to salvage something. No one knew at this point, however, that boxing would be the thing that saved Logan's career. Boxing and the fellow YouTuber KSI. KSI began his YouTube career 4 years earlier than Logan, in 2009. He originally laser-focused on gaming content, particularly FIFA, and quickly became a sensation. His channel wasn't just about gameplay, it was his energetic commentary and, of course, crazy reactions that resonated with a young audience that catapulted him to fame. Just like Logan, KSI started creating other content besides gaming. He started rapping but also made a lot of reaction and challenge videos that his audience craved. Then he found boxing, which seemed like a true calling to him. KSI, whose real name is Olajide Olatunji, started his boxing career before Logan Paul, first facing fellow YouTuber Joe Weller in February 2018. After winning this match via knockout, KSI called out the Paul brothers. "If any YouTuber wants it, you can come get it," KSI said after the win. "Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any of the Pauls, I don't care." This started a huge beef between KSI and the Paul brothers. Jake Paul even tweeted, "Who is PSI and why are people tweeting me about him?" Jake thought he was being clever by pretending not to know who KSI is, but it didn't take long for KSI to hit back with a screenshot of Jake Paul's Twitter bio with the marker "follows you." So of course they started mocking each other on social media, with KSI and both Pauls fueling the fire. As both KSI and Logan Paul got into boxing around this time, it was almost evident that they'd go into the ring. Everyone wanted to see them fight it out, and both fan bases wanted to see the other guy falling to the ground. They agreed to a fight and even came up with their own rules. Each contestant has to contribute $25,000 of their own money. It's a mixed martial arts fight. The fight's held in Los Angeles. The loser has to say the winner is their daddy on live broadcast. The loser has to wear the other person's merch in their videos for 1 month. KSI was initially scheduled to fight Jake, but after some discussions, Logan became the opponent. According to KSI, facing Logan Paul was seen as a stepping stone towards his larger goal of becoming a professional fighter. He viewed Logan as a means to squeeze out every bit of relevancy. That's when Logan's boxing career started, with an amateur white-collar boxing match against KSI. Logan Paul's motivation for starting boxing had multiple layers though. He had a background in combat sports from high school, where he excelled in wrestling, qualifying for the state-level Ohio High School Athletic Association 2013 Division I Wrestling Individual Championships. His transition to boxing came after a period of controversy and backlash, particularly following his infamous video in Japan's suicide forest. Paul viewed boxing as an opportunity to change his life, to shift the narrative surrounding his name, and to regain respect. He admitted that boxing was an outlet for him during a challenging time in his life, and he believed that the discipline and physicality of the sport would transform him both mentally and physically. Their individual motivations and ambitions set the stage for their highly publicized boxing matches. For KSI, it was a step towards a professional boxing career and expanding his global relevance, while for Logan, it was about personal transformation and redefining his public image. No one knew at this point that these fights would lead to something much bigger, a global sports drink brand. But there was more salt in the wounds before they became partners, or even started the fight. Both released diss tracks of each other, which wasn't a sophisticated way to market their boxing match. But then again, it worked wonders as the hype grew to crazy levels. Finally, they got to fight each other in Manchester, England, in what was billed as the biggest internet event in history, and garnered significant attention from both their online audiences and mainstream media. The match ended in a majority draw with two judges scoring at 57-57 and the third 58-57 in favor of KSI. Of course, this led to a rematch. The second fight took place in November 2019, and it wasn't an amateur event anymore. The fight in Los Angeles was categorized as professional. KSI won this match as well by split decision. Logan Paul later went on to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. and even headlined WrestleMania 38, but it seems like Prime became his true calling. Later that year, Logan Paul and KSI took everyone by surprise by shifting from rivals to business partners. This change was more than just a truce. It was a smart, strategic move. They realized that by combining their strengths and huge followings, they could create something unique. That's how Prime, their sports drink, came to life. As Logan later said, "I want to be able to say one day that KSI saved my career, but I made him a billionaire."
KSI saved your career. And in a way, he did, dude. And then years later, I was able to bring him an opportunity called Prime Hydration. We'll see what happens, but I want to say one day, KSI saved my career, but I made him a billionaire.
That's fun.
It's easy to assume that celebrity brands thrive solely on the fame of their creators, but the journey of Prime tells a different story. This wasn't just an endorsement deal, it was a full-fledged partnership driven by innovation and a keen business sense. Logan and KSI didn't just lend their names to the brand, they were deeply involved in every step of its creation, from the formulation of the drink to the marketing strategy. But of course, they used their own fan base as well. Why wouldn't they? When they launched Prime in January 2022, they had more than 40 million followers between their accounts. So of course, they launched Prime Hydration on their socials. On January 4th, 2022, Logan Paul and KSI took to Instagram Live, where over 500,000 viewers watched their drink going on the market. This wasn't just another product launch, it was a declaration of war against the titans of the sports drink industry. They positioned Prime as a challenger to established giants like Gatorade, Powerade, and Body Armor, signaling their intention to disrupt the market. During the live stream, they didn't just talk, they presented a product crafted for Prime Hydration. Logan Paul even shared that he had used Prime during his grueling training camp for the Floyd Mayweather fight. This drink, packed with 20 calories, 850 milligrams of electrolytes, 250 milligrams of BCAAs, and containing 10% coconut water, was designed to meet the high standards of athletes and fitness enthusiasts alike. Launching with a variety of flavors including grape, orange, lemon lime, blue raspberry, and tropical punch, Prime was not just about hydration, but offered a tasty adventure. At least that's what they were aiming for. But it wasn't just about creating a great product. Accessibility was key. Prime was set to hit the shelves of major retailers across the United States. Think Walmart, Target, Kroger, CVS, GNC, Ralph's, and Vitamin Shop. And the ambition didn't stop there. The UK, a market already familiar with KSI, was next in line, marking Prime's first steps towards global dominance. It still wasn't enough though, as Prime was sold out almost everywhere. As soon as Prime hit the shelves on January 8, it was met with overwhelming demand. Paul tweeted later that day saying it had sold out within a matter of hours. Of course, they didn't stop there. The duo had a lot of crazy marketing stunts in mind, catapulting Prime to the moon in 2022. January 19, Logan Paul upped the ante in a way only he could. With Prime already a sold-out sensation, he took to Instagram with a video that showed him inside a helicopter soaring high. But the real twist? His friend, Johnny DeJulius, known for his parachute stunts, was clinging to the landing gear. Paul then took a bottle of Prime and drenched him with it, while DeJulius shouted "Drink Prime" just before releasing his grip and plunging into the open air. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill marketing. This was a spectacle, a testament to the bold, fearless spirit that Prime embodies. Or the time they created a solid gold Prime bottle worth over $500,000 when they sold 1 billion Prime bottles. Of course, they didn't just flex it, but created a contest around it. Crack the code and win the bottle. A young boy from the UK managed to do just that and won the bottle, which will surely change his life. The catch? There were actually 2 bottles, one for Logan and one for KSI. And one was always meant to be destroyed, which created a contest between their fans as well. The pair then released a statement after the stunt saying, "We do everything big. Since we created Prime, we've made our own blueprint when it comes to marketing, scaling, and building the brand. In a short period of time, we've become the fastest growing beverage company in history, selling our 1 billionth bottle in just year 2, they added. They also utilized scarcity marketing, which simply means they push the product hard while knowing that there wasn't enough supply for people to buy it. This creates a stronger need in people's mind to buy one, as anything that's scarce instantly becomes more valuable. However, even they weren't expecting the craziness this tactic created. As Prime's popularity skyrocketed, it sparked a pandemonium rarely seen in the beverage industry. In the UK, scenes of chaos unfolded with long lines and frenzied fans almost fighting for the drink. This led to the grocery chain Aldi imposing a 1 bottle per person limit. The hype wasn't any different in the US either. Prime became a sensation among school-aged kids, a coveted item in schoolyards. The frenzy around Prime was so intense that an app was developed just to track its stock in stores. But with this popularity came a challenge: scalping. The drink was sometimes sold for prices up to 10 times its retail value on eBay. KSI took a strong stand against this practice. He called out Wakey Wines, a popular TikTok account run by a Wakefield shop owner, known for selling Prime at exorbitant prices, sometimes as high as £100 per can. KSI told Newsbeat he genuinely hates the resale market and thinks it's taking advantage of people because of the hype. "I hate it. I want everyone to have Prime at a reasonable price, and it's not fair. Obviously, people are gonna say it's business, but I just think it's unfair." KSI's views were echoed in a tweet, where he shared his and Logan's commitment to the brand. He revealed that they hadn't made any profit from Prime yet, as all earnings were reinvested to ramp up supply and combat the black market. His message was clear: their priority was making Prime accessible to all, not just a select few willing to pay inflated prices. Creating publicity stunts is one thing, but that can't last forever, not unless they actually want to be taken seriously. So what's the next step? Becoming the official sports drink partner of the biggest sports teams in the world. First, they struck a deal with Arsenal, one of the English Premier League's top clubs. This wasn't just business, it was personal for KSI, a lifelong Arsenal fan. Speaking of this partnership, he couldn't hide his excitement, calling it a childhood dream come true. But why stop at one football club? Prime also became the official hydration partner of FC Barcelona, beginning July 1st, 2023. The 3-season deal was a strategic move, especially considering Barcelona's previous partnership with Gatorade, one of Prime's direct competitors. Logan and KSI made sure the world knew about this coup, saying on Instagram, "Out with the old, in with the new. Goodbye Gatorade. Prime is now the new hydration sponsor of FC Barcelona." And the list of football partnerships didn't end there. Prime also teamed up with FC Bayern Munich, becoming the official isotonic partner for the club with a rich history of 33 German championship titles. It was a strategic move to expand Prime's presence in the German market. Logan and KSI also bagged a major star in the football world, Erling Haaland. The Manchester City hotshot became the first footballer to join the Prime collective. This was a clear message. Prime wasn't just a drink for the fans, it was a drink for the champions. Prime also made its mark in the world of mixed martial arts. They entered into a global marketing partnership with the UFC.
I'm proud to announce Prime is the official sports drink of the UFC.
Wow.
Let's go!
And a deal that made Prime the official sports drink of the UFC worldwide. A significant milestone that would see the brand featured in every pay-per-view and fight night event, and prominently displayed in the iconic Octagon. The impact of these partnerships was monumental, not just for brand visibility, but as a testament to Prime's legitimacy and appeal in the world of professional sports. Logan Paul and KSI were no longer just creators of a sports drink. They were key players in the world of sports marketing, breaking barriers and redefining the industry. Alongside its meteoric rise, Prime Hydration has navigated through its share of controversies. Lauded as a better-for-you lifestyle beverage, Prime positioned itself as a versatile drink for various occasions. But how does it stack up against a long-standing player like Gatorade, particularly in terms of hydration? While Prime Hydration offers both hydration and energy drinks, Gatorade remains a staple for hydration, especially during extended workout sessions. Logan markets Prime as a better alternative than Gatorade because it has way less sugar. But there's a catch. A sports drink needs to have sugar if you actually want to use it as a sports drink. Gatorade's sugar and electrolyte content make it a go-to for replenishing water and electrolytes lost during exercise, which Prime isn't that good at simply because of its low sugar content. However, this is the smaller issue. There were way more problems with Prime Energy. Prime expanded their lineup in 2023 with Prime Energy, an ultra-caffeinated version that's been both lauded and scrutinized. Each 12-ounce can packs 200 milligrams of caffeine, That's 6 times the caffeine content of a Coca-Cola can. With its vibrant packaging and sweet flavors, concerns arose about its appeal to children, especially given its high caffeine content, 140 milligrams per can in the UK and 200 milligrams in the US. While marketed for those over 18, the similarities in packaging to the hydration range fueled these worries. No kid should be drinking this much caffeine, of course, and even Logan and KSI know that. In response to the backlash, Logan Paul stepped forward. He emphasized Prime's standing as a social media-first company, with analytics showing the bulk of their audience being adults. 90% of my audience and 93% of Prime's audience are over 18, he asserted, countering claims that the energy drinks targeted a younger demographic. Despite the concerns voiced by parents and some politicians, there's no question that Prime is a success story. But what does their success look like on the numbers front? In January of its launch year, Prime kicked off with a bang, raking in $45 million, which showed the brand's immediate impact and consumer appeal. In its first year alone, Prime Hydration made a staggering $250 million in retail sales. Logan Paul, co-creator of the brand, revealed these figures in an Instagram video, of course.
In year one, we cleared $110 million in retail sales.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, excuse me. 250 million in retail sales.
Oh, sorry, that was a little mistake.
110 million gross internally.
But let's fast forward to 2023. Prime Hydration had already captured 5.8% of the sports drinks market share by the first quarter, according to Beverage Digest. Although that's far behind Pepsi-owned Gatorade, 43.8%, Coca-Cola-owned Body Armor, 14.4%, and Powerade, 7.6%, Prime's growth comes at the expense of those brands. Logan Paul recently revealed that Prime's already sold 1 billion bottles worldwide and generated $1.2 billion in sales. Is there anyone who would say that this is a failure? I don't think so. And the potential for growth? It's massive. Market analysts at Euromonitor predict that the sports drink market in the US, valued at $13 billion, is set to grow to nearly $17 billion by 2027. Prime's not just riding this wave, it's creating a tsunami.